Good day, everyone. How are you? I hope you're doing well and you keep yourselves healthy and safe amidst pandemic. I am Nicole F. Calubaquib and I am with Marison Rebay, and we are a second-year BSed English major student, and we're going to discuss the moods of the verb. So what is the mood of the verb? Basically, it refers to the manner in which the verb is expressed. So what comes into our mind when we hear the word manner? Is it attitude or generally a mood where we ask question, we command, or simply stating a fact? More specifically, it denotes the tone of a verb in a sentence. So the intention of the writer or speaker is clear. So we have 5 types of verb moods. The first one is indicative. The second one is interrogative. The third one is imperative. And the fourth one is conditional. And lastly, the subjunctive mood. So let's come now to the first verb mood, the indicative mood. So what is indicative mood? Basically, it expresses an assertion, facts, or opinions. It states factuality or states something that is happening in reality. Say for an example, you're telling your friend how happy you are today because that's how you really feel. And that's indicative mood. Some other examples are the COVID-19 case in the province is increasing, which is happening in reality, and that's a fact. Another is she got vaccinated yesterday, and that's a fact. You're stating something that is happening in reality. And the third example is the flexible learning mode is difficult, and we students know how difficult it is, and it is happening in the reality. And that is indicative mood. If you're going to give a key point to this, indicative mood basically means stating a fact. So let's come now to the second verb mood, the interrogative mood. Comes from the word itself. Interrogative means questions or asking questions. Interrogative mood basically is what I've said earlier, that it asks a question. Some examples are, have you heard about the song Deja Vu? Or do you read books? Or simply like, when is your birthday? Or where did you celebrate your birthday? That's interrogative mood. Easy, right? And the third one is the imperative mood. From the word itself, imperative means command. A sentence with an imperative mood makes a request or a command. In these sentences, the verb will express as a direct call to action. Rather, they issue a direct commanding, telling someone what to do. Some examples are, go to your room, sit over here, or you sit over here. But it is not necessarily you put pronouns you in the sentence because the you in there is understood. Other examples are, wear a mask or give me the bag. That's imperative mood. Or in requesting, an example is that, please print me a copy of this. And that's imperative mood. And I hope you learned something from me, so I will give Marison to you to explain and discuss the remaining 2 verb moods. Right, Marison? Thank you.
Good day, class. So here are the remaining 2 kinds of mood of the verbs, the conditional and the subjunctive mood. First, what is a conditional mood? Basically, it expresses a condition. This mood is a grammatical mood used to express a proposition whose validity is dependent on some conditions, possibly counterfactual. The conditional mood often uses the words might, could, or would. If we will use the conditional mood in a sentence, we will say, if I studied, I would pass the quiz, or if I will study hard, I will do well in the test. So, you have the condition here that you will pass the test if you study your lesson, and that is the conditional mood. So, let's talk about the subjunctive mood. The subjunctive mood can express wishes, doubt, or contradictions, or let's say it expresses a condition that is doubtful, hypothetical, wishful, or not factual. If we will use the subjunctive mood in a sentence, we will say, if I were you, I would study the lesson, or if I were a nurse, I would help the COVID-19 patients. In these two examples, you are being wishful, and that is the subjunctive mood. The key terms to the conditional mood and subjunctive mood is hypothetical and wishful, respectively. In addition to these modes of the verbs, we have the so-called shift and the verb mood. What is shift and the verb mood? The shift in the verb mood occurs when more than one mood is used in the same sentence. For example, that girl is beautiful. It is an example of shift in the verb mood because we use the indicative and interrogative mood in one sentence. Another example, wash your hands. Can you do it well? It is also an example of shift in the verb mode because we use the imperative and interrogative mood in the same sentence. However, we should take note that unnecessary shifts should be avoided. That is all about the moods of the verbs.
And I hope you learned something from us. Thank you for listening.